Oh, are we live? Is anybody out there? Or is it me alone? It might just be me alone live on YouTube. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody. Hey, some people showed up. Hello. Oh, notification. Oh, it came in. Hello, 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 guys. Sup, Jeremy? How are you guys? Hello. We're doing a little live session, so wow, okay. A ton of you guys joined all of a sudden. So I haven't done a live session in a long time. I haven't done a live session since they started the live thing and it like didn't work right and anything. So I haven't done it for the last few months. So I was like, let's just do a live session. It's Friday, feeling good. Let's just do a live session. So gonna try to answer some Q&A from you guys. And do you guys follow me on Snapchat, by the way? Like, I just want to know, like, do you follow me on Snapchat? I love using Snapchat like that. Other than YouTube, that's like my favorite thing I'm using right now. Like, I've been posting on there more and more and more, if you notice. So, um, anyway, so what's up, guys? Let me know if you got some questions for me. You want to throw some questions at me today, and I'll try to answer them best I can. So, um, let's see what you guys got. Hey, Jeremy, is it worth it to buy one share of a company like Tesla, for example? My first investment was like $247. So like you can start with literally any amount. It's not like you need a certain amount to get started investing. Like the earlier the better. So there's no amount that's like too small. People always ask me that, should I just buy one share of Google or Amazon? Is it even worth it? It's like start with whatever you got. Let's see. Hey, Jeremy, what do you think about the Karma reviews? Pretty bad. I mean, it gets like, I think a 3.5 stars on Amazon. I think it gets like a 4 star in Best Buy. That's not bad, but it's not great. I mean, they're having trouble competing with DJI. Like DJI set the bar so high that like DJI is always going to outsell GoPro unless GoPro somehow like just releases something ridiculous. But the chances of that happening, I'm not counting on it. It would be sick if it does happen. DJI has a valuation on their company over $10 billion. GoPro has $1 billion. So like if GoPro can even crack into that market like a decent amount, it's a win-win for me as a shareholder. What's your opinion on real estate investing? I've shared this in the past about real estate investing. Like real estate investing, it's better when, especially if you have a lot of money behind you, or you have some type of program. I'm just more stock market. Like I invest in businesses rather than real estate. Not saying real estate's bad, but it's just not my cup of tea. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Why do you think the stock market will continue to rise? You know what? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at the stock market right now and I see so many overvalued stocks. Like, I see some that are undervalued. And the ones that I buy, I think, are fairly valued or undervalued. But, like, I look at the stock market right now, I see so many stocks that have ridiculous valuations on them. And it does scare me. And I think I'm going to do a video that there's a lot more that's scaring me out there than just, like, some valuations on some of these companies that's, like, ridiculously high. There's a lot of easy money being made out there, and when easy money's made and people are making money that have no business really making money and just are kind of like just getting in the market and gamble. Like I heard somebody, they invest in some like speculative Bitcoin stock, right? And like one of my family members' friends, they invested in some Bitcoin like speculative stock. Like it's not even like a penny stock, like some BS stock. They invested $1,000 in it. They're already made a $30,000 profit, and the company's not even really like backed in by anything. Like I looked into it, and it's just like a little gambling Ponzi scheme type thing. And when I see stuff like that, like people making way too easy money out there, it scares me, guys. It really scares me. So we might have to talk about that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Have you ever considered making a video with your wife? No, I have not. But I have a video coming out that has something to do with my wife that I already know that one's just going to tear up views because it's going to be one of those shocking titles. And anyways, do you believe that sales are the higher paying job? Do you believe that sales, maybe you mean sales? I don't know what that question means. What's up, man? I'm 16 years old. I've been trading for 3 months right now. I own Disney, and I would like to know what you think about it. Disney's a great company, very well run. Do I think it's going to be one of those stocks that blasts off and doubles or something like that? Well, in this market, you never know. We're at record highs. It could just keep going up, but it's just a well-run company. That's a good long-term hold, in my opinion. Excuse me, Cloudera. I haven't heard of that, so I haven't looked into it. Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm rooting for the Cavs because I always have rooted for LeBron, but since he came out of high school. But I don't know, man. That team's like a super team over there. Any top 3 books that you recommend for an early beginner? Well, it's funny. This guy, he wrote this awesome book. No, so I mean, obviously, I'm going to be partial to my book, but I love The Intelligent Investor. That's a fabulous book, but it's a little more difficult to understand if you're a beginner. It's not the best beginner book, in my opinion. There's another book by a guy with the last name Boyle. I read that a long, long time ago. I have it linked in the description of all my videos. It might even be linked in this one. That's a really good book, in my opinion. That might be actually the best. Intelligent Investor, really good book, though, all around. Let's see what else you guys got. If you were not investing in Gopro, would you invest in it today? I probably would, because it's so cheap. I wish I would have never invested in it a year and 3 months ago or 2 months ago or whatever it was, and I started investing now, because obviously I'm down big on that position. It would be nice. About 100 shares of AMD at $11, hoping that it's able to take some market share from Intel in the next few years. What's your take on AMD? Interesting stock, but a little out of my circle of competence as far as knowing whether they're really going to be able to take market share from Intel, Nvidia, a lot of those companies. I don't know. I just don't have all the answers out there. So, what do you think about Grant Cardone? Grant Cardone? I don't even know what that is or who that is. What is a brokerage for a beginning day trader? I don't day trade, but I know TD Ameritrade has a program called Think or Swim that I think is pretty good for day traders. Fidelity Investments also has, I believe, a very good program for day traders. I cannot remember the name of the Fidelity one, but from my understanding, both those are very good platforms for day trading. All right, The Little Book of Common Sense Investing. That's the one I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Mr. Dr. Sirius. Hey, Jeremy, what's your views on Bank of America stock? I don't have much an opinion on Bank of America stock. I mean, as far as the banks go, and I don't buy banks, but if I was to buy banks, I would personally buy Goldman Sachs. I think it's the best run investment bank. They're so politically connected, and that stuff you cannot discount. So that's a big one. And I like JP Morgan Chase. So those are kind of my 2 favorite banks, but it's one of those industries I don't really ever invest in, just because their balance sheets are confusing. It's hard to know where the bottom is if something does happen, and I just don't think there's huge upside in those type of stocks, which is why I don't really touch them. All right. How do you gauge if a company is overvalued or undervalued? It's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Like, I could spend 3 hours just talking about that, but a lot of it, what I judge on is the future PE, how realistic is that future PE on that company? Where's that company going over the long term? How much cash does the company have versus debt? Those kinds of things. There's so much that goes into it. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, let's see what else you guys got. How are you doing? I'm doing great, thank you. What do you think about Robinhood? Robinhood, I haven't used it yet. I've heard mostly good things about Robinhood app. For you beginners, I've heard mostly good things. I have heard some bad things. I've heard some things about people who said something about they had trouble getting their money or something. I don't know about that. I don't know. I can only take it for what I've heard. Amazon is at 1,000. What? It was 800 a couple weeks ago. I know Amazon's an absolute beast. What do you think about RH stock going down 26% today? I haven't gotten to look. I'm pretty sure RH came out with earnings last night. That used to be a stock I was invested in, and then I sold out, and then it just went crazy, ballistic, and then today it went down huge. And I haven't got to look at their earnings yet, so I don't really know. All I know is that company looked like it was getting way overvalued. Like, a fair price for that one is like $35-ish in my opinion. It was trading in the 50s, which is just ridiculous. So, what would you tell your 16-year-old self about investing? 16-year-old self, I didn't start investing until I was like 19. But if I was 16, I would tell myself, just believe in yourself, and stick to your discipline. And when success comes, when success does come, like, don't get greedy and don't start doing stuff that didn't make you what you are. I would tell myself that. What would it take you to sell all of Gopro? If GoPro was $25 a share today, I would sell every option contract, every share of GoPro, everything. If GoPro was $25 a share today, I would sell it all. Like, if it was all of a sudden $25, I woke up, well, tomorrow the market's not open, or the next day, if Monday I woke up and it was $25, I'm out of that baby. And my option contracts would be ridiculous. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see what else you guys got. Advice for Amazon ebook first time writer. A lot of like formatting stuff. Like, look into, make sure your requirements are the right formatting for Amazon. Look at what Amazon wants for formatting, because I ran into that issue with my book where it wasn't properly formatted, and then I had to reformat it, and it was like a nightmare. So make sure you look into all that formatting type stuff, and then just write from your heart at the end of the day. All right, have you researched Bitcoin? I've researched Bitcoin. I don't have a huge opinion on Bitcoin. I mean, I can't tell you if that's going to be the currency of the future or if it's just a little thing that's hot right now. I don't know. It's just something I'm paying attention to. I don't have a strong opinion either way about Bitcoin. Let's see what else you guys got. When you look for companies' earnings, where do you start your research? When I look for companies' earnings, I first look at what their press release is. That'll cover most of the main numbers, like what's revenue, EPS, all that stuff. Then I actually read the 10Q, listen to a conference call, listen for anything out of management, their tone, all that kind of stuff. A lot of stuff there. Thoughts about Hasbro, Disney. I just talked about Disney. It's a great, well-run company. Activision, it's frothy right now. It's, in my opinion, it's overvalued at this point, but who knows? That doesn't mean it gets to keep going up. Hasbro, I don't know. I haven't really looked into that one in a while. Why is Tesla so overvalued? Tesla is so overvalued because everybody believes in the future. Well, not everybody, but the majority of people believe that it's a car maker of the future. They also have the solar, thing that, what if they have a 50% market share in North America of the tiles that go on roofs? Like, this is huge stuff they're doing. So they're getting the benefit of the doubt, kind of like Amazon did for a long time, where Amazon wasn't profitable, but a lot of people saw the vision for Amazon, so therefore Amazon got ridiculous valuation. So, all right, let's see what else you got. Frontier Communications, haven't looked into that one in a long time, so I do not really have an opinion on that. Would NVIDIA still be a good buy? NVIDIA is another one of those stocks. It's just like a Tesla. Everybody believes in its long-term future. I mean, it seems like just yesterday it was a $20 stock. Now it's $140-something. Everybody believes it's the AI future company out there, so could be huge, and it absolutely probably will be huge, but is it way overvalued for where the company's at right now? Yes. But the question is 2-3 years from now, what's that company earning for money? And that's kind of what people are kind of judging it off of. All right, let's see what else you guys got. Talk about Microsoft's big jump. I didn't even see Microsoft had a big jump. I had a pretty busy day with my backup business today. So what do you think about Target? Target's interesting, but I mean, there's no real retailer I want to be that interested in. Hey, somebody sent a super chat, $2. Thank you, Thrift School, for sending me that $2 shout out. My channel is reselling related. Thrift School, cool deal. That's a smart channel to start. Like, no joke. That's fucking smart. Like anything that's reselling, that's becoming a big thing. Like buying from a thrift shop, buying from this place or that place, an antique store, then flipping it on Etsy or eBay or whatever. So I think you're smart about starting a channel like that, and let us know how you do and if you make money and whatnot. And thanks for the super chat. Good evening, Jeremy. Hands up. Any hope for the Walgreens Rite Aid merger? It does not look like that's going to go through, but I'm not in the government, so I don't know if it will go through, but it does not look like it will go through there. Do you think Ferrari Shopify is a good stock? I haven't looked into Shopify. I will at some point. You guys have been requesting that a lot. All right. I wanted to take a credit card out that gives me a 0% interest and take out cash. So let's say $10,000 to use that to invest in dividends so I can make the minimum payment. That's dangerous. That's basically like margin investing. Really risky stuff you're doing there, because what if that stock drops 10-20%, then all of a sudden your 2% dividend. And plus, if you're getting a credit card, then usually credit cards you have to pay a very expensive interest rate. I know sometimes they have like the shorter. I just say that's risky. You can try it, but I'm not one for that kind of stuff. Taking out debt to then invest, I got burned by that. You can watch my video where I lost $75,000 doing that exact thing, and that was my mentality. I can beat the market, and then I just put short-term pressure on myself, and what a disaster. All right, hey Jeremy, can you recommend any good stocks for selling puts? Well, if you're selling puts, then I don't know. I don't know if you really mean selling puts or you mean to buy puts that you believe are going bearish. So for that, it's a risky market to do it because we're in a bull market. So anything, if you're trying to buy puts out there, it's really risky right now. Who's to say the market can't just go up again? Thrift School, thanks for another $2. You're awesome. You're tearing up the super chat. Been doing it for 2 years, 8,000 subs, making bank online. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome, Thrift School. What's your favorite financials ratios? The PE ratio is huge. That's like by far the biggest. And then also cash and investments versus debt. That's another big one there, guys. Is this a good business idea? Basically a PayPal type software, but in countries like Nigeria. It could be. It depends on how you execute it, honestly. It's all about execution in the end. What about Square? Square is a stock I wanted to buy, and it's a great company as far as small business owners like myself. Like, I run so many payments through there, and they take a couple % fee every single time. So I don't know how much money they make off me per month, but I would say, they might make $20 to $50 off me alone per month, and I'm just one like small business owner. Like, imagine how many bigger business owners, and I know Starbucks is a customer of theirs. So Square is a very interesting stock. It's one of those that trades at a ridiculous valuation because I don't even think the company's profitable, but the stock's up massively. All right, let's see what else you guys got here. Hey, greetings from Peru. Man, it's crazy like how far the channel has gone. It's like all around the world. Like, we've sold books in, so many different countries. It's freaking insane. All right, what else do we have here? New to your channel, but what else do you do apart from investing? Basically, as far as the channel goes, we cover stock market investing pretty much mainly. We cover some other types of investing, but mostly stock market. Entrepreneurship, I'm a business owner, so I teach a lot of entrepreneur type tips, and we talk personal finance type tips on the channel, and that's kind of what we do here. Hey Jeremy, advice for beginning entrepreneurs. Focus on a business model you can be passionate about. Do not get discouraged when the door gets slammed in your face, because it will time and time again, especially in the early days. Think about how you can make that company profitable. Make the company profitable. Think about that. How realistic is it to get a profitable company where you can pay your bills from that company in, let's say, a 12-month span? If it's realistic, go after it, but be prepared for a lot of rejection, because you're going to get the door slammed in your face time and time again. Just be prepared for that. And if you're prepared for it, you can get over it, and it's like no big deal. All right, what else we got here? Hi from Toronto. What's your realistic first-year return on the market? I'm looking for a 10%. If you get a 10% gain, and obviously we're in a super bull market right now, so everybody's returns are going to be better pretty much across the board than what they would usually be. But if you can get a 10% return, that's winning. My first year, I don't think I got 10%. My first year, I might have gotten, 7 or 8%. And I think that was like about what the market did that year. I think the market even outperformed me. So I didn't even do as well as the market did my very first year. It wasn't until my second year that I started really getting in tune with things. How'd you get your first client on a business? So you're talking about probably my real estate business. My first client I got it was a family member of a friend who was selling a house, and that was how I got my first client, and I'm thankful for that. That kind of got me started there. What do you think about 3D printer stocks? Interesting technology, but I haven't looked into it enough to really look into it. Selling when? When I have no plans to sell anytime soon. I mean, I would probably sell if it gets around the 200-ish range, like over $200 a share. I'll consider selling. It will be I would say like a 50-50 chance at that time. Not even guaranteed I would sell at $200 for when company's a beast. All right, what's your estimates for GoPro stock price for the fall? I have no clue. It wouldn't be surprised if the stock was $20 a share. I wouldn't be surprised if the stock was $4 a share. Like, I can't predict stock price movements. Who knows? All right. Do you listen to Howard Stern? No, I have in the past. I know who he is, but I don't like listen to him on a regular basis. Gotta leave now, but thanks for answering questions. I'll join next time for sure. All right, Jake Jones. What's your opinion on college for entrepreneurs? If you don't know what you're doing with your life and you kind of and I was thinking about making a video like what to do after high school. If you don't really know what to do, college can be the right place for you because maybe then you can find that thing you want to do. But if you don't find that thing and you've already been in college a few years, then entrepreneurship might not be for you. Make sure you're taking plenty of business classes if you are an entrepreneur. All right, we got a super chat. Thank you for the super chat, $5. JCS Health. What do you think about Regeneron? I think that's Regeneron, the stock. It went up $14 today. I have 7 shares. Unfortunately, I have not looked into Regeneron in a long, long time. I'm pretty sure it's a pharmaceutical type stock. I don't have a strong opinion on that, so sorry about that. But that stock's a beast. I know that. Excellent channel, Jeremy Paul. Thank you. What price did you get in when? When and me have an experience. If you know anything about the first part of the story, when I lost to 75,000, I was margining out, and I had bought Win at I think it was the 80s that original time. And then I took losses on that because I sold out completely. If you follow the story and all that stuff, because I had no income at the time, I had to keep paying bills, so I sold all that. Then I bought back in. It was February 2016. The price at that time was I think in the 60s or something like that. So obviously up massively since then. Thank goodness. Dividend Investor, check out my channel, investment tutorials and more. Thank you for the super chat, Dividend Investor, and I'm happy there's so many people that are like trying out financial type channels. I get a lot of comments all the time from you guys that have started channels. You're inspired by me, and that's just like the greatest form of praise out there when you can inspire anybody. So thank you for that. All right. Also curious about Nintendo, Caleb Block. Nintendo, man, that's one of those stocks that the Nintendo Switch came out. That looks like it was a success, right? But then you have the Pokemon Go, the app thing, that was going to be huge, and then that just kind of I don't know anybody playing Pokemon Go anymore, so I don't know if that company really has it together where they have long-term stuff figured out. They created a successful short-term mobile game, but the problem is you need to create a long-term game. The only 2 companies that have created a long-term success in the mobile gaming space is Supercell. They own games like Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Boom Beach, games like that. And the only other one is King Digital, who's now owned by Activision Blizzard, who owns the Candy Crush game, Candy Crush Soda Saga, Farm Heroes, those type of games. Those are the only 2 companies that have really created mobile games to last. The question is, can Nintendo do that until they prove they can? I mean, I don't know. All right, let's see what else we have here. How old are you? I'm 27 years old. I'm a college student looking to start investing. Would you recommend starting to put money into a Roth IRA and using indexes, or taking an approach like you talk about? It depends on if stock market investing is for you. If you have the work ethic to put in the work and you have the ability to block out all the crap that's going to be said about your stocks and the negativity in the markets, if you have that type of ability and you have that type of talent and you have the work ethic that it really takes to read and research into companies, then go stock market route. If you don't want to work for it, then you're probably not going to succeed long term. You might be able to succeed right now just because it's a bull market and it's like everybody I know is making money. But the problem is it's not always like this, and I got to explain that to a lot of people that are newer to the stock market. What's going on right now, these record highs in the market, that shit's not going to be forever. Like, all of a sudden the stock market is going to start, dropping eventually. I don't know, might be this year, might be next year, might be 10 years from now. At some point it will. And then all of a sudden, how do you handle that from there? So, all the books I own are Audible. Any plans to make the audio book of my book? No plans. I won't say I won't do it forever because I wasn't going to even release a paperback book. And then I had so many of you guys requesting a paperback book that I finally did it. And I'm glad I did because now the paperback version of the book sells way better than the ebook. So I'm glad I did that. But I don't have plans right now to release it on Audible. Do you track some hedge funds or mutual funds? Which ones? I do not. Do you own gold? If not, why not? I do not own gold, but I do own silver. So I guess I had owned gold at one point, but currently I own zero gold. And the reason I do it is just because I only have so much money to put around so many places. I'd like to put my money where I feel it's best. All right. What's the best age to start investing or start doing stocks? The age when you start really caring about it and researching, whatever age that is. It doesn't matter if you're 40 or you're 18. I started really investing in my first stocks when I was 19. I started actually researching when I was late 18. So, all right. Do you film in your bedroom? No, I film in like an office. Like, how do I show you guys around here? I don't know how to. There's the flip screen button. So this is where I film. You can see it here. This is my little office. Got equipment on the floor and stuff like that. TV on the wall. This used to be all panels, but they fall all over the place. So as you can see there, it's a disaster. But anyways, someday I'm going to get a real legit office, and then we'll take things to the next level. All right. What else do we have going on here? Jeremy, you're awesome. Keep it up. Keep on killing it. Thank you. Thank you for the support. By the way, guys, just so you know, like, as the channel's grown, like, the nice comments still mean just as much as when the channel was small. So we got 45,000 subscribers and growing each day. Like, don't ever think that, if you say something nice, like, it doesn't mean as much. It still means just as much to me as it did back when we had 100 subscribers on the channel. So thank you for all the nice things you guys say and whatnot, and that you're inspired. All right. Show us a fridge. Can we donate to you? You can donate on the super chat. I don't know where the button's at. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere on your screen. You can do super chat. Some people have already done it. I appreciate it. Whoever does that. But you can donate whenever anytime creators go live. You can donate. So, and by the way, when your favorite creators do go live, especially if they're smaller creators and you got a few bucks to spend, like, support them, because those guys and gals would love to make YouTube their living, but they're probably not getting enough views to really justify it. So anytime you can help, those guys and gals out, that's big time. Dividend investor, thank you for the $2. Planning exposure on CDN market, why or why not? I'm sorry if you could rephrase that comment. I'm not really too sure what you mean. Planning exposure on CDN market, why or why not? I don't invest in any Canadian stocks. I'm not sure if maybe that's what you're asking. I don't invest in any Canadian stocks, not because I don't believe in the Canadian markets or something like that. Just I have too many opportunities already in the U.S. market. So what else do we have here? Thanks for helping other. I've been approached by MLN called Amway. What are your thoughts? MLN, are you talking about an MCN, a multi-channel net, or MCN, a multi-channel network? I'm guessing that's what you mean by an MLN. I'm not involved with any of them. I have heard they're promised the world and deliver nothing, and then they take a lot of your YouTube ad revenue. Instead of you getting 100% of it, they'll take some of it. So, not sure about that. For a beginner, what is a great brokerage? What is your first investment? What is a great first investment in your opinion? The great first investment, in my opinion, is one that you believe in a lot and you have a good circle of competence around that company. You understand it very well. So if that stock drops, you're not going to panic and sell, those kinds of things. As far as a good first brokerage, I've heard Robinhood's phenomenal for a lot of beginners. I've used TD Ameritrade, I've used Fidelity, I've used Scottrade, like a lot of different services. I have nothing bad to really say about any of them. I've never had a bad experience. So, talk about war bond. I don't know anything about war bonds, so I won't be talking about that. Jeremy, you explain things very simple and short, which really is worth my time because the value of my time. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. That's one of my strengths, so I'm happy. Graham Stephan, by the way, Graham Stephan, his channel is blowing up right now on YouTube like ridiculous. Great stuff, dude. Seriously, one of the very few financial channels who give totally honest and upfront. You give me some seriously good advice. That's great to hear. Thanks so much, Graham, and congrats on your YouTube success. Your channel is like blowing up. I think Graham talks a lot about real estate and a lot about real estate investing. So anybody that's kind of more interested in real estate, because I don't really talk about that because it's not my circle of competence. I talk about stock market investing more. But if you're into real estate, check out Graham Stephan's channel. Phenomenal. At least it must be phenomenal. The channel is blowing up right now, like getting insane amounts of subscribers. All right, what else do we have? Do you still believe in Gopro? I'm big in them as well. Absolutely, I still believe in them. I'm discouraged about being down as much as I'm down and holding that stock for a year and 2 months or whatever, but I still believe in them as I shared in the video the other day. What do you think about the growing European markets? Europe's interesting, but I mean, you could make an argument that Europe might be more undervalued than the United States. But the thing you got to understand about the United States right now, as far as valuations go, is it's very possible that the corporate tax rate could be getting lowered within the next year, let's say 2 years. If that happens, net incomes for all the companies is going to go way up. We got a super chat. Thank you so much, Rocketman Investing, for your $1 super chat. Awesome stuff. What are your thoughts on Ford? Phenomenal company, but at the same time, I don't think they're innovating enough, in my opinion, long term to really compete with Tesla. I don't think any automaker out there has taken Tesla serious enough, and I think they just think they're going to hop in it when we're selling millions and millions of electric cars per year instead of millions and millions of gas cars. And I think a lot of these automakers are going to be caught off guard. But Ford's a very well-run company. Let's just say it like that. All right. Invest in medical companies leading the way in medical marijuana research. If legalized, like marijuana, the biggest opportunity in marijuana is like, and this kind of frustrates me, like everybody wants to invest in some speculative marijuana stock that who knows. Like what you need to be focused on is how the hell do you make money when it gets legalized in your country or state and start your own business? Like if you want to get involved with that industry, that's the way, because that's the way you will become a potential millionaire or billionaire. Get with the lawmakers, see what you got to do to get what you got to do done, go in and execute it. You're at the forefront. This is like when alcohol was legalized, and like think about so many of the biggest beer brands and alcohol brands. So many of them were started right around that time. Like this is the opportune time. And it's a question of, do you want to risk losing all your money in a speculative marijuana stock? Or would you rather risk your money starting your own business to potentially be a billionaire? Like, it's really up to you in your opinion. All right, what else we got here? Richard, why are you not... Thanks for the super chat, by the way. It looks like €2. Why are you not interested in cryptocurrency? It's not that I'm not interested. It's just, I'm just a spectator. I'm not investing in anything because I don't have an opinion whether cryptocurrency is the future or it's just a thing that's hot right now. Like I don't have enough of an opinion to go out and put money into something. I got to have a strong opinion to go out and actually put money in something. I don't just throw money around to throw money around. Got another super chat from Dang Ho. Google stock, thank you for the super chat. Google stock is a phenomenal company. I talk about it all the time on the 4 stocks I'm buying. Great company, great long-term future, short-term right now. It's just a phenomenally run company. UAA stock, Under Armour. Under Armour, man, I like Under Armour, but I don't like it enough to invest in it. It's a very good company. And even with the stock, how much it's come down, it still trades at a pretty high PE. It has nice growth ahead of it. I'm kind of worried about like what I'm worried about is I don't think like Nike and Under Armour and just kind of like all the big guys in athletic wear, I don't think they're doing enough as far as branding outside of big time athletes. Like I think a lot of brands are going to come up, like probably people that watch my channel and learn about entrepreneurship, who are going to go out and get somebody to wear their shirt who's got 50,000 Instagram followers, who's like a cool person, and pay them $500, or the next Logan Paul or Jake Paul, like when they were not as big as they are, like you could have paid them on Vine $500 to wear your clothing that your brand is back when they had millions of followers. Now it'd be insanely expensive if you wanted them to wear your clothes. You probably no price would do it. But like, I'm worried about that. Like, people that are going to start their businesses in an office like this, an athletic wear company, and going to get all those people for really cheap, while Nike and Under Armour are spending tens of millions of dollars on big athletes. These other guys are going to get the cool people, the social media people, to wear their clothing, and I think that could eat into companies like Nike and Under Armour. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But I think the old days of just getting the Michael Jordan and LeBron James and thinking you're going to make it that way, I think it's old school mentality. All right, Rick, how is Best Buy winning the retail war when everyone else is failing? Best Buy has done an impressive job as fighting the war that's almost impossible to win. And I buy some stuff on Best Buy from time to time, but I can tell you, from a pricing standpoint, eBay's killing it electronics-wise. Like, eBay, I find every electronics I ever want is cheapest on eBay. I'm talking about brand new stuff too. They're beating Amazon. They're beating everybody. The question is, can eBay do the branding and get the word out that that's happening? But Best Buy's done a hell of a job. They're fighting them off good, and a lot of it's honestly because eBay's brought down a lot of prices, and they're very competitive as far as that goes. We got another super chat by Colin. Thank you for the $5, Colin. Just started investing. Don't have a lot to start with. Should I wait till I have $1,000 or more? When should I start buying? Buy when you're ready to buy. Like, once again, I addressed this earlier. There's never like a set amount of money. Like, I got to have a certain amount of money to invest. Hell no. Like, when you're ready to go out there and invest and you find a good stock that you like and you want to buy, do it. Like, buy it. Don't just like wait till you have a certain amount of money. Like, do it. All right, what else do we have here? If you have $10,000, which investment you will do? I'd probably stick to the stocks I own currently. I would probably buy those. All right, cryptocurrency, we already covered that several times. And by the way, this webcast should be uploaded to my YouTube page automatically, so if you guys need to rewatch it for anything or see some of the earlier questions, you can. Hey, Jeremy, I'm from Barbados. I'm interested in investing. What's your opinion on Forex? Not a strong opinion on it. Not something I do, so not something I really want to talk about as far as like yes or no. It's just not something I do. Do you think that Dick's Sporting Goods has potential to capture substantial more revenue as a result of the sporting good companies that, who's the big one that closed? Sports Authority, they closed recently. How does Amazon factor into your response? They're another one that's done a pretty good job, just like Best Buy has done a pretty good job fighting off Amazon as of now. My question with Dick's is, the problem is with Dick's Sporting Goods is they're in a lot of malls, and they're a lot of like the malls, and they're like we know that malls are dying. So the good thing Best Buy has is it's more like strip malls, but Dick's Sporting Goods gets a lot of traffic from people going in and out of the stores. I think it's an interesting name, not something I want to buy unless the valuation came down quite a bit. Hello from Las Vegas. Hello, a Vegas person in the house. All right, what else do we have here? Would you still recommend a credit union over a bank if you're using it for cashing checks? If you're cashing checks, I don't really think it matters either way. Credit unions are phenomenal if you're young and you need to get a loan and you want to get it at a lower interest rate. Go with credit unions. I did that early on. My first loan, it was so stupid, an auto loan. I bought a 350Z. I started making some money and I'm like, I want to go get something fast. So I got a 350Z at the time. And the loan interest I was paying on that loan when I first got it was like 15 or 16%, like something like nowadays. I'm like, ridiculous. And went with the credit union, called them up a couple months later, got that loan down to an 8%, and then got it down to a 6%. So credit unions are phenomenal for you young people out there that want to get either need or want to get a loan. Credit unions are the way. How many companies are you invested in? Right now, it's 5 right now. Hey, Jeremy, do you ever deal with pharmaceutical companies since they are pretty volatile? I do not really mess with pharmaceutical type companies. Thank you for your awesome channel. Have you ever looked into separating the business videos to another channel? No, I have not. I thought about it, but then I'm like The thing I'm trying to build here, and this is from like day one, like stock market entrepreneurship, like the more you know about entrepreneurship, I think you'll be a better decision maker when it comes to investing. Because you got to make some business decisions. It's not just all like, ratios. Sometimes you got to make some gut decisions on to buy or sell. And then the more you know about personal finance, like if you can do your own balance sheet in your own life, then you probably understand a company's balance sheet. If you can understand an income statement of a public company because you're an investor, like you'll be able to look at your own life and say, okay, what's my income statement look like? So they're all interrelated, which is why I cover those three subjects: stock market, entrepreneurship, and personal finance. They're all interrelated. The better you are at one, I think the better you are at all three. All right, what else do we have here, folks? All right. Best portfolio: Apple, Google, Amazon, Facebook. Hold for 10 years. That's a tech-heavy portfolio there. But yeah, it's a pretty good portfolio, but you need some diversification. What do you think about Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree. The dollar stores are interesting, but I think a lot of them are just overvalued, like straight up. Like that's honestly kind of my opinion on it. But they did phenomenal coming out of the recession. They did a phenomenal job, and they ate a lot of like Walmart's market share. All right, what do you think about thrift savings plan and stock funds that it offers? Not sure about that. What are your thoughts about Snap? Secretly bought a drone company. Snap, I think, has a phenomenal long-term future. The question is the company very overvalued in the short term? In the short term, it's hard to make an argument for their valuations, but when you look at it long term, what their possibilities are for what their revenue and profits can potentially be 4 or 5 years from now, it's going to be substantial. However, they got to keep the growth going and all those kinds of things. All right, we'll probably wrap up this chat here in just a bit because I'm hungry. I need to go eat some dinner, and we've been on this for 41 minutes, so we'll wrap it up here. What 5 companies are you invested in? Gopro, Win, Google, Starbucks, and a little teeny bit of Snapchat. And my wife actually owns a pretty good amount of Snapchat. What do you think about energy oil stocks? Energy oil stocks, man, I mean, the question is with those stocks, is oil ever going to rise substantially again? If it doesn't, then where are those stocks going to be long term? Like it's going to be hard for them to go up any big amount at all. Can I make money doing nothing? Depends on what country you are. If you're in a socialist country, you can sit on your ass all day and just collect those government checks from the rich people. So if you live in one of those countries, in America, it's going to be a little harder for you. All right, what else do we have here? Facebook, have you thought about a fan page? Go live there and reach more people? I've kind of thought about it, but it's like, how much time do I have for all these different platforms and things? So I just put, like, the amount of audio, like the amount of people I have on Snapchat that follow me on Snapchat, and how many people see my snaps, like, when they go up, it's a ridiculous ratio. Like it doesn't even make sense for me to put any time into Twitter because the amount of people that see my snaps is ridiculous, guys. So, like, Snapchat audience retention is just, it's killing everybody. But not a lot of people see that because it's not a metric that really you would notice. And there's a reason why people like Kylie Jenner and Kevin Hart, like social media superstars, there's a reason why they are on Snapchat all the time. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, you got to think about some of this stuff. Why are they putting so much time into Snapchat? Because the audience retention is ridiculous on Snapchat. All right, what else do we have here? We're going to wrap this up in a few minutes here, guys, just so you know. GoPro explain in one word. Sucks. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how to explain GoPro in one word. What do you think about fake rich people? We covered that the other day. I don't even want to go there anymore. He said invest in GoPro. Now my life savings are in it. All right, what else do we have here? GoPro has too many competitors. Why do you love them so much? I've covered GoPro so much, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. You can watch my 8 million GoPro videos. Market crash soon? I don't think anytime soon, but I'm so want a correction to happen. But the damn markets just keep going up. I just want a correction. Come on, markets. Correct. Oh, we got a $10 super chat. Thank you, Dosh. Can you make a video on tools you use for stocks, for examples, news sites, apps, books? Also, I love the videos. Keep it up. Well, thanks for the $10 there. And as I might make a video. That's actually a very interesting video idea, but I'll just tell you here in case I never make it. Things I use a lot. I use the CNBC app quite a bit. I use Stock Tracker the most. Stock Tracker I use a ton, guys. As far as like, I use Yahoo Finance still a little bit, although they've screwed it up so bad. They've screwed up, like Yahoo's a disaster. Like they used to have the best platform for looking into stocks and they've just effed it up so bad. But I still use Yahoo Finance a little bit. I use CNN Money a decent amount. And the main one I use is I literally go to investor relations page of companies I want to look into. So you can Google, if you want to look into Facebook, type in Google, say Facebook investor relations will be the first thing that pop up. Click on it and then you're on their investor relations. You can see all the reports, all their numbers, all that kind of stuff, guys. So that's the main thing I do. But tools, mainly Stock Tracker, CNBC app, some of those kinds of things if I'm just wanting to keep track of stocks or just look at ratios real quick, P ratios and stuff like that. So. Well, I'm going to get off this super chat, guys. So thank you so much for joining me. It was fun. I'm glad I got to answer a lot of your guys' questions. 45 minutes went by like that. It's insane. So Stock Market Weekly Recap coming out tomorrow. Sunday, I have a pretty interesting video that I think you guys will enjoy on Sunday coming out. And then other than that, we got a 50,000 subscriber video coming out. We're going to reach that in about 2 or 3 weeks. So 50,000 subscriber video party. That's going to be fun. I got something special planned for that. And other than that, guys, have a great night. Have a great weekend. Look out for that Stock Market Weekly Recap. Sunday, I got an awesome video coming for you guys. So I hope you enjoy. And now I got to figure out how to shut off this thing. I might just be on it all night because I don't know where the button is to turn off this thing. Where is it? There it is.